Got a lot of news, and we got 2 more press conferences from Mike Gesicki and Bobby McCain. Let's jump into this. What is up, Fin fans? Yes, there's a lot of NFL news that came out. Then we got a little press conference going on. Bobby McCain, Gesicki, talking. I'm going to tell you what they said. Not everything. If you want to go watch it, go check out the Miami Dolphins YouTube channel. They got the full interviews there. But we're going to talk about what they said and then get to comment of the day. Got no packages today, even though I still greatly appreciate the packages that were sent to me. But we're going to jump into it. First, we're going to talk about the memo that was sent out by the league. Essentially, Monday, June 1st, it essentially says, beginning Monday, June 1st, clubs may reopen ticket offices, retail shops, and other customer facing facilities as long as the operation of such facilities fully complies with the state and local regulations. So the league is starting to get into that process of slowly opening things. Some teams are allowed to start to practice, start to get together. The NHL already came out and said, season's done, NHL season's done. We're in the playoffs. And I think they picked 12 teams, if I'm correct, or 24, 12 from each conference, are in the playoffs. The playoffs are going to start. I know they're trying to start baseball in July. A lot of things are starting to come into fruition and start to play, which is a very good sign that we will have a football season with no missed games or anything come the fall. Fingers crossed. Let's pray that this happens. But as of right now, yes, like I said, send out a memo starting Monday, June 1st. They're going to start to, open up facilities and stuff and still practice social distancing, still practice safe and healthy procedures. The other thing that I want to talk about is rules that were passed and rules that were not passed. So one thing that was passed today, being Thursday, you might be seeing this the next day on Friday because this is a late video. I put a late video for you guys. I tweeted about it, put it in the community, late video for you guys. But yes, today is Thursday when I'm recording this, and there was 4 rules that were passed, and they came to an agreement, the owners, to give EA Sports an extension until 2025. 5 more years of Madden is what we're going to have to deal with. 5 more years of you having to pay so much money to have the littlest bit of a chance to pull anything good. And they're just going to keep feeding it to kids and essentially having kids gamble. That's EA, and that's Madden. Hey, buy these packs. You have a chance to get this high card. Oh, you didn't? Try it again. Try it again. Try it again. Gambling. So, yeah, you're going to have Madden for another 5 years. Fantastic. I'm so happy about that. If you can't tell by my face. So very happy about that. Fantastic. That's that. Then, like I said, there's 4 rules that were passed. The rules that were passed were expended rules allowing 3 players now instead of the 2 to come back from IR. This does designated for return to IR. It's pretty nice. If that happened with the Dolphins last year, we would have saw Tankersley come back with Ginkle. Preventing manipulation of the clock, a.k.a. what Belichick did to Gase and what Vrabel did to Belichick. There's a cut in between there because my brain didn't work. So you can't manipulate the clock anymore with false starts and delay games and all that stuff. Because Belichick did it to Gase, and then when Vrabel did it to Belichick in the playoffs, he got real butthurt because the man can dish it but not take it. And, of course, something flies in my eye in the middle of that. Make permanent auto replays for scoring and turnover plays. I didn't know that was just something that was implemented for now. See how it goes. It should have. Now it's apparently permanent. I don't understand why that wasn't a permanent thing. Hello? And expend defenseless player protection for kickoffs and punt returns. The thing that wasn't passed, one, was the Miami Dolphins rule that they tried to implement, essentially saying, hey, if the offense gets a penalty and we decline it, you should allow the clock to run on defense, especially within the 2-minute warning. They said no to that. And the 4th and 15 rule for onside kicks. Didn't make it through, boys. Didn't make it through. For the people that wanted it, didn't make it through. For the people who didn't want it, well, there you go. They said that the reason why it didn't get pushed through and the reason that it was a problem was because of the things that I was talking about. What if it's a pick 6? What if it's a scoop and score? What if this? What if that? Defensive, offensive penalties. It was too much ifs, buts, this, that, blah. So they didn't push it through. So, like I said, 4 went through and the rest didn't. So that's what happened to the league today, being Thursday. Sent out a memo saying Monday, you can start opening up some more things. EA is going to be just having a stranglehold on the NFL. And rules got passed. So Bobby McCain, Mike Gesicki met with the media. Yes, I am late. I was busy today. I do apologize for that. But they met with the media, and we're going to talk about it. Now, Bobby McCain, slot corner, transition to safety. Hurt his shoulder, ended up having shoulder surgery. That is a hard phrase to say. Shoulder surgery? Jesus Christmas, Doug. Played 9 games at safety. Due $6.2 million this year, 5.2 dead. He's going to be on the team, even if you like it or not. I'm sorry. Bobby McCain's going to be on the team. So they talked about him. They asked him about the 6-month shoulder surgery. He says, coming along well, ready for the season start. He's got that itch. He doesn't not like playing. He says, it sucks not playing. Everyone wants to play, get out on the field, and help their team win. Sitting out that long to get back, I can't wait. He's got that itch. He wants to play some football, doesn't like not playing. And I agree with him. You play a recreational sport, you play any type of sport. When you stop playing it for a while, you start getting that itch. Look at wrestlers that don't know when to retire. Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan. I don't want to say it, but Undertaker. You get that itch. You hear the crowd. You want to play. Same thing with football. Brett Favre. You didn't know when to stop. Vinny Testaverde. Get that itch. You still want to play. He says playing safety versus corner. So a lot of people are saying, hey, playing safety can hurt. It was why he got the shoulder surgery. He says it's football, man. You can get hurt doing nothing. A simple tackle, you can get hurt. And Raekwon McMillan is the prime example of that, who tore his ACL on a kick return very first play. And he says, good call. Is he going to continue to play safety? Or is he going to go back to slot? He says, it's not up to him. It's not my decision to make. My job is to play football, and I can do it all. So it doesn't matter where they want to put me. It's not my decision, but I love football. I'm going to play football. And he says, I'm the predictors saying that 2020, the Miami Dolphins are going to have 6 wins. I thought this was very interesting what he said. He said, I think we made good picks and we made good free agency moves. Not too big on looking at ESPN, what they're talking about in March, April, May. They're taking it one day at a time, get better as a team. Once January, February comes rolling around, they'll be able to put their foot in their mouths. Because he wants, they keep doing their thing. They keep getting better. And start telling these people to put their foots in their mouths. So that's what Bobby McCain had to say. This is what Gesicki had to say. He said, once you get drafted, he's talking about Tua. He was very impressed with his upbeat. He talked to Tua. He said, once you get drafted, your phone starts blowing up and you've got everyone congratulating you. So I kind of let that cool down for a little bit, and I was able to just kind of reach out and tell him we're excited to have him and talk to him really short. But I think what you guys see from him, just kind of being super positive, great kid, exciting to be out there working, I think that's the kind of the same thing I'm able to grasp from as well. Now, Gesicki, we all know Gesicki came into the league. He had a little stigma on him, not liking the physicality of football, not a great blocker. You might still not be a great blocker, but he put the weight on, and he started to show the second half of the season. He was one of the top targeted red zone tight ends in the NFL. I think he was number 3. So he's doing his thing like a chicken wing. He's getting up there. He said, Gesicki expressed admiration for what Tua accomplished at Alabama. He says, I think his performance in college speaks for itself. I think he had a super successful career at Alabama, made a ton of plays, and obviously did everything in his power to put himself in a position to be successful and get to where he is right now. So I'm really happy for him and the opportunity that he has right now. Everyone's very happy and excited on this football team for Gesicki to be here. They want that young guy. They want that quarterback competition. They want the best guy. A lot of these offensive players want the best guy on their team to be at the quarterback. You have a good quarterback, it kind of helps the whole entire team out. Now, a lot of people want to talk about, hey, it's a team sport. Yes, it is a team sport. But you have that head general. It tends to make a lot of things better. You notice that once Peyton Manning started doing his thing, once Tom Brady started doing his thing, once Ben Roethlisberger started doing his thing, and they started getting into their own, and they started getting into a groove, and they started to become that elite quarterback, you threw anyone with those guys, and all of a sudden they were looking real good. Tom Brady and the Patriots. He had all right, yes, he had Randy Moss, Wes Welker, Julian Edelman, Branch and all those guys. But you see some other guys Chris Hogan starts to perform a little bit better with Tom Brady. Even Peyton Manning, he starts to have these guys and they start to perform. The offensive line starts to perform. Ben Roethlisberger, they get rid of Mike Wallace. They just keep bringing new guys in and he just keeps making them look good. Quarterbacks, yes. Again, I'm not going to say that it all predicates on the quarterback, but there are certain quarterbacks out there that make a team better. And then there's certain quarterbacks out there that need the team to help them make them better. This is what Gesicki's talking about. He's impressed. A lot of people talk about this Tua guy. I don't know who he is, but I heard good things about him. Then the video came out of him throwing the ball over. It was essentially his girlfriend's garage, running through the garage, catches the ball. I will say this, it was impressive. I was like, wow, this is a great video. Side note, I was like, oh, Jesus. All I need for him is to just eat dirt on that curb and like hurt himself. My guy, we need you, Gesicki. You're the best tight end on the team. Please don't do that again. But he said, I honestly was just super bored. I was at my girlfriend's beach house pretty close to where I live, and we were just kind of hanging out. And I think we saw something similar to that on the internet. We were like, hey, I might try that. And he did. And then he talks about, trying to play a couple of times before it was. He said he tried that play a couple times before it's successful. A lot of people were able to see it and just kind of entertained by that. He said it was fun. It was fun, and it was very funny to see him and in his all in his goofy glory throw that ball up, run through the garage, and catch it. But like I said, when I watched that video, I was like, oh, don't get hurt. Don't get hurt making a funny video. But that's what Bobby McCain and that's what Mike Gesicki had to say. What I took away from these two interviews, and again, these interviews are short and sweet. They talk to him on Zoom. We'd all like to listen and hear this stuff. Bobby McCain is ready to come back. Bobby McCain is ready to prove that he can play wherever and he can be successful in the secondary. He needs to. There's a lot of young, great corners, young, great safeties that we are starting to implement in this team. If he doesn't prove that he can become good, if he doesn't prove that he is good in this secondary, he is the odd man out. I know, I'm not saying he's not, capable of being good or not. What I'm saying is you saw what they added. You saw what the Dolphins defense did. Bobby McCain needs to prove that this injury is not going to hold him back and he can produce. Xavier Howard, Igbenogany, Byron Jones. Then we bring in Brandon Jones. Eric Rowe, who was doing really well at safety. Fedulum, we bring him in. He's got depth back there. And then we got the draft next year. So Bobby McCain needs to show up. And then, Gesicki was more, they wanted to know how his interaction with Tua was. Didn't really talk to him much about, the offense. And then they had a little fun chat with him. I am going to make a video talking about Chan Gailey's offense and how it's going to be implemented and who it's going to affect. That video will probably come out Monday. So keep your eyes out for that. I'm going to talk about Chan Gailey's offense, incorporate that stuff and do all that. But yeah, essentially that. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about EA getting another 5-year expansion with the NFL rights? What do you guys think of the rules that got passed, the rules that didn't get passed? What do you guys think about the league starting to open up more things Monday, June 1st? What do you think about what Gesicki and Bobby McCain had to say? What do you think about Bobby McCain saying that he's ready, he's got that itch? What do you think about Gesicki and all the things he said about Tua? Be sure to comment below, and I'm going to get to you guys' comment of the day. This comment comes from Twitter. It comes from John Walker, and this is what he said to me. Hey, Doug. We'll love your thoughts, maybe a video on this. If the season happens without fans or with limited fans, do you think this is the year the NFL allows more options for viewing games other than Sunday ticket, options like pay-per-view, online streaming, etc.? I sure hope so. Great question. It was a very good question. Like he DM'd me that, just wanted my idea of it. And I thought that's a very good question because a lot of people like me, I know a lot of subscribers, a lot of you guys talk to me. You're not in Florida. There's a ton of Dolphin fans that aren't in Florida. San Diego had so many Dolphin fans. Every time that the Chargers would play a home game over there against the Dolphins, it would be filled with Dolphin fans. We're all over this country. We're all over the world. A lot of you guys I talk to are overseas. It's hard for us to watch these home games. me specifically up in New Jersey. It's very hard for me to watch the home games. Don't get me wrong. I love going to my bar, having that interaction with the other Dolphin fans. I feel like I'm in a stadium. There's about 20 of us at a bar in my town that we watch. They give us a nice little corner. We watch the game. Love it. It's a fun experience. But a lot of us don't have that. And especially home, you don't have the NFL ticket. You can't afford DirecTV. You can't afford it. It's expensive as hell. So he has a good, if we can't be in the seats, if they have to limit the fans, they should expand it somehow. Have NFL.com give it like a $5, $10 thing. Reduce the price because we can't be there. Help us out. Now, I know there's some sites, and I'm not going to promote any, and not going to say any, but I know there's some sites you can watch, but I don't know of any. I use DirecTV up here, and like I said, I go to the bar. But they should, John. It's a very good question. They should expand somehow that more people can watch the game. Because if you're going to limit how many people are going to be there, that means even less people, and people like me who are out of state will have a hard time getting to the stadium, maybe even to the Jets game right up the road from me. So very good question. And yes, I do hope so. I hope they expand it somehow because not everyone can afford DirecTV Sunday ticket. It's expensive. For one season, it's very expensive. But thank you, John, for the comment. That's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to be live Saturday, 1 p.m. I hope to see you guys there. We're going to chat, talk everything Dolphins. I'm going to answer a bunch of your questions. So I hope to see you guys Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. I will let you guys know before I go live. And I'm tweeting out a ton of things. I'm very close to 2,000 Twitter followers. I think I'm like 30 or so away. So if you do have a Twitter, be sure to go over, check me out, hit that follow. Also, Instagram, I post on there, all that stuff. Check out the Bit Boys. I put up the podcast. That should be out probably while you're watching this. If not, it'll be out tomorrow. First episode of the podcast, and we're going to do a ton of other gaming stuff over there. So be sure to go over, check that out. Also, my second channel, DouglieDoWrong Studios. I should have the second video up already of the time travel one, my scene. So be sure to go over, check that. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. I just broke 100 subscribers because of you. So now it's officially youtube.com/DouglieDoWrong Studio. So that's what you got to do. youtube.com/DouglieDoWrong Studio. You can check out the other channel. Other than that, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. I got a ton of videos planned. When stuff like this happens and press conferences like this happen, give this video a thumbs up because it lets me know, hey, I still want your intake on it, and I still want to know what they say instead of watching the videos and all that jazz. So be sure to give this video a thumbs up. It lets me know, hey, I like this stuff and all that stuff. Be sure to check out DolphinsTalk.com. I'm actually going to have the creator of DolphinsTalk.com on the channel next week. We're gonna pick his brain about the Dolphins and kind of give you guys an idea of what DolphinsTalk.com is. So check out, that'll happen next week. So be sure to hit the subscribe button so you know when the video comes out, and hit that bell so you know when I go live Saturday, 1 p.m. You'll see when I'm live. But other than that, I'll see you guys Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm gonna be live for an hour, maybe a little bit more. Last time I thought I was going to be live for an hour. I was live for an hour 45 because we were chatting it up. Love hanging out with you guys and chatting it up and talking Dolphins football. But other than that, I'll see you guys Saturday. Like usual, stay classy and fins up.